two guys that we need to talk about for the New England Patriots that are going to have this defense absolutely rolling. All right. And maybe we should say rolling for offense, and for defense, we should say that it's going to have them be the complete wall, I guess is the way we're going to say it. There's a couple of guys, one that you may have forgotten about, or even two. And it's a couple of guys that, even though this defense played pretty darn well, is the one thing that stuck together well for this team. We forget that they were without some of their best young talent, and so they have two players coming back, and one of them is absolutely solidified and is the number one corner, and the other one is the one that everybody's forgetting about. So with that being said, let me just welcome you to this channel. If you're new to us, we have another channel that we started called Sports Talk Detroit. That was the first one. So we are Lions fans. I'm going to admit that. But at the same time, we just love the NFL. We want to give you a non-biased view about your Patriots. Now, if you love the Patriots and you want a ton of Patriots content, go to Sports Talk Patriots, where Aaron is over there just doing an awesome job talking about the Patriots. He knows the team inside and out. There's no doubt about that. So, who are the two players we're talking about? The first one that I want to talk about is Christian Gonzalez. And I think so often we forget about him. He was the 17th pick. He fell to you. I remember being a Lions fan at the 6th pick, and we ended up trading back and getting Gibbs at like 12, somewhere in there, right? But I remember being like, Christian Gonzalez. Get Christian Gonzalez. And we have struggled ever since finding decent corners, whereas Christian Gonzalez was immediately good for you guys last year, albeit a very short sample size because of the injured torn labrum that he suffered after, I believe it was just 4 games, which is nasty. But I want to remind you of who this guy is, because this is essentially like getting a improved rookie. It was almost like adding a first round pick, because you didn't get to experience life with him very long last year. Coming out of college, he was very, very good. He played at Oregon, so he played in a pass-happy Pac-12, and his coverage grade, his run defense grade, everything was solid. I would say he's better at zone than he is man coming out of college, but that doesn't necessarily equate to what it is now. His senior year, he had a passer rating against of 74.7. What was so interesting, because of the really high passing of the Pac-12, which no longer exists, that's sad, right? We're looking at a guy that actually had 64 targets against him, but he allowed 3 touchdowns, had 4 picks, and it was a 74.7 passer rating allowed against. Then when he comes into his rookie season, he is somehow better as an NFL corner than he was as a college corner. And I think some of that is due to just his athletic profile, getting good coaching. When you have Mayo and Belichick's son on the defensive side of the ball, he was in good hands. We have to admit that to be true. And so kind of that co-defensive coordinator, whatever they wanted to call it, he only had 24 targets. He did allow 16 catches, so a decently high completion percentage, but he had a pick, and he had some breakups. And he did a good job only allowing a passer rating of 67.5. That is my go-to stat when I look at how good is a corner. In other words, is the quarterback being successful when throwing to you, when throwing directly, targeting whatever player you are guarding? And he fared really, really well. You should be excited to have him back. He wasn't the first corner taken off the board. Witherspoon was last year, but I truly think Christian Gonzalez has the ability to be the best, especially as just a pure coverage corner. And then when you go out there and you look at his skills as far as his just pure athleticism, it's unbelievable. He has the height you need. He has the size you need. All right. He has the explosion that is about the best we've ever seen. And same with speed. He can run with the elite wide receivers. He's big enough to play with the tall ones. There is nothing this guy can't do. He was so smooth and so good. He's the type of corner that if I were GM, which most teams are saying, I'm glad you're not my GM, he's the type of corner that I absolutely look to. So now when we look at this Patriots defensive lineup, and we realize a couple of things. All right. You have Jonathan Jones. There's experience on the other side. This is kind of that perfect number 2 corner that you have, but who's working the slot? And this is the second guy we're going to talk in this video is Marcus Jones. He is a guy that already was beginning to push his way into the lineup last year and then got hurt. Like he played in 2 games, and really, honestly, it was 1 game because he got hurt so quick in the other one. And Marcus Jones is a guy who has absolutely been a player. He has been a player for this team. Now, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the same thing if you don't know who this Marcus Jones is, right? He's 25 years old. Sorry, I almost went into a song right there. Anyway, I don't know if it was Blink-182, Goo Goo Dolls. Anyways, Sugar Ray. That's what it was. I'm too old. So anyways, if you don't know if you know, you know. If you know, you know. 25 years old. My mother. Sorry. Anyways, here we go. He was phenomenal in college. He was a great cover corner in college, allowing a passer rating in his 2 years at Houston of 63.3 and 53.5. He was drafted in 2022. All right, there was injuries and things like that. He's not a big human. He's 5'8", 190 pounds if he's lucky. 190 pounds, 188, which honestly isn't a bad weight for that height. It's just not big in general in the NFL. When you look at him, last year he had barely anything, so I went to 2022 to try and get some stats on him. All right, passer rating allowed. All right, when targeted, he was targeted 37 times. He had a passer rating allowed of 83.7. That's not that bad. And if you're going to play a slot corner type role, it is good enough. I'm very excited to see what he's going to do. But then there's also the other side of things too. All right. He is a return specialist. He can even play on the offensive side of the ball. He's not slow, right? And he honestly kind of does all the things that you need him to do. All right. It was an electric return man through college, and it would have just been really, really nice. So he also had a season-ending shoulder surgery. It's like we need to get these corners doing more of these. All right. Maybe they're just doing the shrugs. All right. We need to get him here. We need to get him here. All right. We need to, hey, that's what our football coach always told us in high school is a well-worked-out shoulder will not separate. All right. That's what he always said. I don't know if that's true in the NFL, but work him out. All right. Work him out. As a result, his outlook for the 2024 season should be good. And I understand it's unclear, but I'm telling you, this is a guy who can absolutely play. He will at least be split between defense and special teams as a potential starter in the nickel. That is what he will do. And I think this team, this New England Patriots team that actually was pretty good defensively. All right, at least middle of the road. They only allowed the 15th most points, which is 366. And when you had an offense that was that bad and consistently putting the defense in bad situations, that is unbelievable defensive territory. So, yeah, when I look at this, all I see and all I have to say is, well done. Well done to this defense, and it's only going to get better because that young talent is going to be healthy and ready to contribute. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like more content for more Patriots content. Give us a like and a subscribe. Check out Sports Talk Patriots. Aaron's doing a great job over there, and we'll see you on the next one.